Are we up?
And we are live.
Excellent.
Good morning, morning. We'll wait for chat to join us.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's warm today.
It's very warm. We I spent the morning trying to put up a gazebo in the garden.
Ooh. Not on your own, right? Almost
No,
impossible
no,
if you have
luckily
to
my
do
mum
it on your
helped.
own. Oh, nice.
Yeah, literally. Just posting on socials. Should probably have done it before, but we're good.
It's alright, I was super late posting it on socials last night as well. It didn't ping up on my phone until like midnight last night. I was like, oh
Oh
god.
no.
So I shared it.
Excellent. Well, we'll give everyone a couple more minutes and then we can
Exactly.
always start.
Yeah.
It's funny because sometimes it doesn't update the name of the stream for me, so it still says Tales of Borderlands, but when I go to edit it, it comes up as Okay, I think if we start maybe and then hope we get a bit more chat.
Yep, okay. Well, let's bring it on.
I love the opening scene of the this menu thing. It's very dynamic.
It is cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ah, good. Subtitles do appear to be working. Even just for quotes.
Fantastic. It's funny how subtitles have become the norm now as accessibility options. And many people who don't need them use them as gamers because they find it adds to the experience.
Yep.
Hopefully, it'll be the same for audio cues and other accessibility options.
Fingers crossed. I mean, the fact that they patched it in afterwards is, really good.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they could have just like, oh, that's a good point. We'll put it in the next Injustice game, but they went back and actually put it
Exactly.
in this. So
Exactly.
fair play to them. Oh, I know that laugh. Ooh. Good morning, Sophie. Thank you for joining. How you doing?
Hi, Zoe. Sorry, I was engrossed in the cutscene.
Beth was. I could hear typing in the background as well. So.
Yes, I was just sharing to Facebook because I don't think it went through. So says all good, just a bit late, but here.
Ah, thank you. That's what's important.
Okay. All you've missed so far is Superman City being in ruins and everyone being shocked.
Yep. Basically, Joker's nuked Metropolis.
Yay, fun! Agreed. I think this is Joker's most successful run as a villain in any
I know.
Batman media. He doesn't usually get to blow up a city.
Especially as he used Superman as the weapon to do it as well.
Mm-hmm. Quebec says good morning to the dynamic duo.
Good morning, Quebec.
Joker.
Low blow.
Look how excited he is at the prospect of like tainting Superman.
Yep. And more worrying is how excited he was to have his heart ripped out.
That's what I mean, like tainting him by making him murder. Like he was like, yes, I've achieved something.
Yep. It's like, for years I've been doing it wrong. I've been targeting Batman when I should have been just going for Superman.
Exactly.
Elsewhere, in a different time and place.
Sosa says the audio of the game is very quiet. If you can adjust that.
Yeah. I'm just trying to do it manually now, even I found it a bit quiet. Everything's set to maximum on the settings, I'm afraid, so I can't make it any better there.
Could we, in the PlayStation DOM, in the party settings, change it?
Yep.
Because I think we're all the way up to the party end. We could change it maybe towards the game.
Yep. I will have a look now. A second. Because luckily you can pause cutscene here. Party settings. Yes! Yes! Equality party settings. Game audio, isn't it? Adjust microphone, audio chat, chat audio, video quality share. I can change chat audio from here, but that's about it. Ah. I'll see if that makes a difference. Yep. Is there anything else I can mess with? Okay. Let's see if that has any effect. You still good?
Yep, I'm still here. How about that,
Okay.
chat? Is that any better?
Is that any better? I've told it to prioritise the game audio over the chat audio.
Quebec says a little. Hey, Nightwing. I love Nightwing.
Nightwing is cool.
I always use like the Jason Todd kind of colorings on this game now.
Yay, Deathstroke.
Deathstroke is cool.
He is cool. Deathstroke is my favourite, for anyone who didn't know already. Come on, he's only got one eye. That makes him a visually impaired supervillain.
He is our visually impaired representation in this game.
Yep.
Quebec says, the Deadpool ripoff. And so says hashtag Team Marvel.
Yeah. That's just mean. So we move on to this game's big difference in Mortal Kombat was destructible terrain environments. Well, ones that knock you through the level. And you can also throw a cow.
I've just found out that Deathstroke predates Deadpool by about 11 years.
I tell everyone that, but no one believes me. No one believes me. All the Marvel fans always just gang up on me and ignore that fact.
That's fine, because we've got 2 DC. So, I don't know if we've experienced any yet, but before we started streaming, we found out this game has accessibility options. We didn't know what those meant, did we, Dom?
No, we found it out in the end. Sorry, you explain it.
No, you're wagering. I feel like I should pull the fence.
So basically, wagering is another system in this game where you can wager your special bar against your opponents, and if you, if you wager more, you win the wager, and you knock them back and take a lot of their health.
Mhm. It starts off easy, but in later fights, they don't come.
Yeah, they don't pull any punches.
No. So yeah, the accessibility options we found out after the game came out.
NetherRealm.
NetherRealm patched in some accessibility options, which, when turned on, should give audio cues to things like the destructible scenes around them. The
So you remember in the last fight when I knocked Deathstroke through the wall, there was an audible sound that played when he was close enough to be knocked through the wall. Similarly, when I was able to interrupt with that cow and lob a cow at him, again, an audio little jingle played in my headphone to let me know that I could do that.
That's so cool. And if there are any QuickTime events, which I think Dom forgot there are some, I think it should also give an audio cue, which if any of you guys joined us for the Tales of the Borderlands series, that would have been a huge help. So it just goes to show how making a slight difference can really help make a game more accessible.
Yep.
Also, it kind of blends. It doesn't affect. If you didn't know we were playing with accessibility options on, it wouldn't, disrupt your process or disrupt you watching the game.
Exactly.
Sofstar says, do they advertise this when you look to purchase the game?
Not in this one, because it was the settings were added after initial release, so it wasn't advertised beforehand.
And I think you'd have to probably research it a bit. I don't think it comes up in on the PlayStation Store or the Steam Store. It doesn't say in the initial blurb. Oof.
I know, Bane.
Every time
man.
Bane throws Batman like that, I get a little bit of a panic. Sosa says that's a shame that knowledge is not easily out there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You'd think it would be something they advertise more of, be proud of.
Yeah, I mean, games recently who have got accessibility options have had quite a lot of publicity and things, so you'd think that it would be something that they'd play on more. Even just for selfish reasons, like The Last of Us 2 had a load of publicity regarding how accessible it was. And Dom and I were discussing before we went live how subtitles, which were once an accessibility option, are now basic standard in all games. To the point where people who aren't hard of hearing prefer to have them on because they're so used to it and it adds to their gameplay. Like
yep.
I play Mass Effect and everything with subtitles on. And hopefully, like in the future, maybe the option of having audio cues on would be something that becomes standard.
Oh, quick time. Oh. See, I'm never sure on this one. Oh, there we go.
Here's the real test. Are all the quick time events always in that bottom corner?
No idea. Doesn't appear so. Oh, he's got me. Thankfully, yeah, I know. That means because he got the jump on me, I start the fight with a portion of my health bar missing.
Rather than a game over.
Yep, which is nice, to be fair. I can fight back from this.
We're just adding to the challenge, So are you a button masher, Dom, or do you learn combos?
I try and learn combos, or at least a couple, but there are characters in this game that I do not know combos for, so that'll be interesting.
I found that as someone that was traditionally a button masher, Injustice does do a lot to try and make you learn at least some of the combos in order to get, like, the cool interactions and things that they put in.
See, that was a pretty good combo. Unfortunately, this isn't a breakable wall.
Seb says, "Hi, I'm a button masher." It's the best way to play. Because you even surprise yourself then when you do something cool. Quebec says, "Got him in the corner." Well, you did, lol.
I did.
He has boots, though.
They're all blocking that at the minute. Oh, and I've got nothing to wager, which means I'm going to lose this one.
And going back to the accessibility mode, something I forgot to mention is that it also works in two-player. So they have different tones. So if Dom and I were playing together and we both had accessibility on, it would make different noises to put each character.
This is true, which is really good because fighting games tend to be a mainstay of visually impaired gaming because they're set on most fighting games are set on a two-dimensional plane, so you've only got backwards and forwards.
So would you say fighting games are a great start for people who would like to get into gaming?
I would. They're a lot simpler. The main difficulty with them for visually impaired people is seeing your opponent and knowing how close you are. But I've got several friends who have no sight whatsoever who play these things and have beaten me.
That's really cool. And I suppose actually them getting more complicated with things like destroying the environment and that kind of thing is actually a detriment to visually impaired, maybe. If they didn't have an accessibility mode.
Yeah, if you didn't have an accessibility mode, you'd never know, the visually impaired person would never know when to do the certain move that kicks him through the environment. Which is, I think, why they added it, because a professional gamer, a major league gamer, I think Beth had the name somewhere.
Yeah, I can pull it up.
But basically, he's known for, entering fighting game competitions and stuff, and he's the reason the accessibility mode exists in this game, because he petitions NetherRealm to put it in.
Ironically, I think it was something like Vasquez or something like
Yeah. Again, from anyone who played Tales from the Borderlands last time. I think he shares the same name as Patrick Warburton's character.
Yeah, Carlos Vasquez, a competitive fighting gamer who is blind.
There we go.
Talking about his tips and tricks, so he gradually lost his eyesight over several years, so he was already good at fighting games. But now he memorises the game's sound cues, which obviously would be easier with a game like this.
Yep.
Fills in the information that's not provided audibly. For example, he reads the move list out of game because he can't read it in game. So he uses a screen reader to read it on on the internet, and then learns them.
He's a big fan of that acid flower.
Literally. So Star says, yeah, punches smiley face.
Oh, no, you don't.
I've not actually played Justice 2 all the way through. It's inspiring me to get back.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Which is funny because Injustice 2 has my favourite character in it.
Who's your favourite character?
Jason Todd.
No, of course. Sorry, you did say it earlier.
Red Hood slash Second Robin slash
yep.
whatever else he's been.
Arkham Knight. Yep.
It's funny because when they killed off Jason Todd back in the 80s, they said they'd never bring him back.
That lasted. Could you that?
Yeah. And I think, to be fair, he did for a while, but then he's got such a fan following now, which is ironic because it was the fans that voted to kill it back in the 80s, that he's been in almost every game and every TV show since.
Yep.
Whee! Kopak said about learning the move.
Got him.
Whee! That's pretty amazing dedication and memory to keep all that information.
Run him over with the Batmobile.
That is such a cool finisher.
Oh, what's all this? Apparently not.
Which was like DC's own Civil War, but...
If there was any sound the chat could hear, I bet it was that. It's not pleasant for me wearing headphones, I'll tell you that much. Well, Chapter 2, Green Lantern.
Nobody's favourite superhero.
Yeah.
iSightCornwall Superfan is in chat.
Good morning!
They say, hey Dom and Beth, liking the look of this game.
Well, thank you for popping in.
So we've just been discussing the accessibility options, Superfan.
Yep.
And this game has audio cues.
Yep, they were patched in after its release by NetherRealm on the request of a visually impaired gamer who is like a proper contender and professional fighting gamer. So he attends tournaments and stuff.
Chat is arguing who the best DC character is.
Good.
Corbeck said Green Lantern, which makes me not trust him. Sofstar says Aquaman, which means she has taste.
I will warn you, I am not the greatest with Green Lantern. So I might get beaten up a few times. But I'll do my best.
It's not a fighting game if you don't get beaten up.
Exactly. Point of it.
Sofstar also petitioned for Wonder Woman, which, yes.
Yep.
So that is our visually impaired representation.
Yep, that's my favourite character is being tortured. My favourite character gets all the horrible stuff to him. It's no wonder he's a villain.
That's why no one likes Green Lantern.
Alrighty. Oof. Ow.
Sofstar says Raven's cool.
Raven is very cool.
The character's name. Raven is awesome.
Yep. Have a missile.
So that's the kind of thing there's audio cues for when you're able to do, interact with like the environment, right?
Exactly. Like that one. Oh, but she dodged it.
Wait, her body bounced then.
Got it.
Kovac is 100% right. He says we all know that Crypto the Superdog is the best DC superhero.
Too true.
That used to be one of my favourite series when I was a kid.
Yep.
So how does Injustice sort of compare to like Mortal Kombat and like Tekken and things and other big franchises?
Compared to Mortal Kombat, they're very similar because obviously NetherRealm Studios makes Mortal Kombat. So it's very much a case of Mortal Kombat with different skins, minus the fatalities, but with interactable terrain.
Do they have the same accessibility sort of options?
That is a good point. I believe they put the same audio cues into the latest Mortal Kombat. The ones for.
Yeah.
There are some interactable things in that one, but it's not as prevalent as it is in Injustice.
No, that was kind of Injustice's whole thing, wasn't it?
It was.
Interactive, and to be fair, they did it very well.
They did. Compared to Tekken, I find it a lot faster. I find Tekken very slow.
Okay.
Like fighting underwater slow.
Is that a pro or a con for someone who's maybe starting out?
I don't know. It's probably. I find it very frustrating because I'm like putting in the commands really quickly, but because the animations are so much slower, I find it frustrating when the game doesn't keep up with me. But for people who don't, for button mashers, usually impaired button mashers, it's probably a better game. Ow. Oh, here's the wager. I think we're going to be equal on this one. Yep, we both got pushed back. Yeah, basically, and we both get pushed back.
I mean, I suppose the setup of all fighting games is super easy to get you, to remember where things are. So the health bar is always in the same place. It's usually quite
It's universal. It's universal for all fighting games. Usually, you've got your health bars up in the top, the round counter between them, and there's usually a special bar of some kind, which is usually either under the health bar itself or on the bottom corners of the screen for each player. Mm-hmm. Oh, I sense a quick time event inbound.
You practiced for this, Dom. 5 episodes of Tales from the Borderlands.
Yeah, at least there's no reticule for this, it's just button combinations at the bottom of the screen, but they could do with being a bit bigger.
They moved one then to the right hand, to the left.
Oh, did they? I missed it then.
Well, that's because they moved it without any notice. Yeah. Yeah, it was one. I think you had to fill a bar by spamming the button.
No, I didn't see that at all. Fortunately, this is a trend they took out of the next Injustice game.
Yeah.
And I don't think they've ever used it in Mortal Kombat games. Like, quick time events do not belong in fighting games.
No. I mean, quick time events, obviously Telltale have made a living off them. And I think the newer Lara Croft games have quite a few quick time events and things, but... Kopek said you've trained your whole life for this one moment. Your one chance to impress.
Thanks. Green Arrow's Green Lantern's combos are weird as well. Oh dear.
Thanks for them a helper on it.
Oh, I lost that one. Oh, he's not going down without a fight.
Dave the Cabbage is here. He says, I see Dom is spamming punch. Purple U has joined saying hello. Sorry I missed the start.
Hello, Purple You. No worries. You haven't missed too much. Only a couple of fights between Batman, Deathstroke, and some other villains.
If you don't know the story, basically Joker managed to blow up Metropolis, and we're in a sort of like dark future.
Yeah, and basically Superman is basically the one who basically Joker drugged Superman into killing his family, and then linked a nuke to Lois's heartbeat.
Yeah, so he was a bit mad about it.
Yeah, just a tad. So now we're in this alternative universe where, well,
a bit mad.
Yeah, it's a bit totalitarian.
Yeah. Quebec says, of course he's a button masher, we all know that.
I am not.
David Cabbage says there's no skill in combos at all. And Purple U says the game looks really cool.
It is a nice looking game. They managed to further improve on its visuals in Injustice 2.
And remove the quick time events for a bonus,
yes.
bonus improvement. And hopefully, possibly not straight after this, but once we're done with Injustice 1, I'm sure Dom will find...
and happy to do number 2. They're pretty good stories for fighting games as well. Usually a fighting game story is a secondary concern for... but this one's pretty good.
I remember playing Tekken as a kid and never understanding why we were just punching each other.
Yeah.
It always seemed convoluted, like, you upset my mentor and he wants me to destroy you and...
It's like, why am I fighting an angel and a demon now in Tekken?
David Cabbage says, I remember the first Injustice, he used to spam Deathstroke's guns and then a flip attack to push you back. Getting called out live on air, Dom.
He's just sore that I beat him. Oh, he got me. He got me.
And again, at least if you do fail, it just immediately takes you back to where you are.
Yep. No mercy.
Quebec says you did not impress. Sad face.
Hey. As I said before going into this, I am not great with Green Lantern. His combos are weird.
He's just throwing people into walls.
Pretty much. That is his thing.
Dave the Cabbage said maybe if he learned some combos with the face.
Oh. Savage today.
We should set up an Injustice tournament or something.
Yeah. Right, there we go. He's down.
Ooh, that was quick.
Green Arrow giving sensible things about glare.
Yeah.
Neon yellow is tough on the eyes.
David Cabbage says we love you, really.
Yeah.
Quebec says let's not be hasty. Gotta learn the button mashing skills from the master first.
Yeah.
They have the subtitles like on the not just on the bottom, but on an entirely black background.
Yeah, I like that. It makes it a lot easier to see them. I mean, it could do with being slightly bigger, in my opinion, but the fact that they're, white, plain white text on a black background is really good.
Yeah. Quebec says, talking of button mashing, where's Wolfman?
That's a good question. Where is Mr. Wolfman?
Purple U is excited to see Aquaman.
Yes, Aquaman's really good in this game. Top tier.
Also, in a very comic book style, I feel like they're telling the story with the dialogue.
Yep.
Which, if you had quite significant sight loss, would be really.
Yeah, like if you listen to this game with your eyes shut, you'd have a fair understanding of what's going on.
Yeah. Everyone always used to laugh at comic book movies and things when they're like, he's destroying the world or whatever, but it's good for them to say it out loud, so if you can't see the cutscene.
Exactly.
David Cabbage says his trident attacks have such a long range.
They really do.
Definitely. He's so beefy in this game.
Thankfully, this isn't a quick time event. Let's see how much Aquaman I remember. I remember that one.
Yeah, the trident throwing is OP. I love it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Stabbing him with the trident and then summoning lightning.
Yep. He is OP. Oh, Flash has just slowed down time, but it didn't help him. Let's drown him out.
Finish him with sharp.
Oh, I'll try. Unfortunately, in order to build my special bar, he kind of has to do damage to me.
True. I love this map though, with all the interactive.
It is cool. Come on.
Trying to get your.
Yeah, I was. I'm kind of like giving him half a chance just to be able to feed him to shark afterwards, but. Oh. I'm also refraining from using other special attacks because they drain your special meter. Alright, that'll do. Got him! One shark feeding request coming up. There we go.
Whee!
That's so ridiculous, but so cool.
It is awesome.
Oh, now the child.
Adam.
Come on, Shazam. Ooh, kick me into my throne. That deserves a stabbing.
Have you ever met anyone that's like, yeah, my favourite superhero is Shazam?
Nope.
it's kind of like Ant-Man. They've used him as kind of like comic relief
Pretty much.
in the franchises.
Ooh.
Both throwing lightning at each other.
Shank, shank, shank.
I need to know his secret on how he keeps his head up.
I know!
David Lynch says classic Aquaman is a bit cheesy.
He is very cheesy.
Mind you, classic Batman is too. For
Yeah.
Frank Miller came in and was like, we're going to make this nitty gritty. One of my favourite things of the Adam West series. It's a shark repellent.
Yeah.
Adam West, best Batman ever. Agreed. Agreed. I don't mention it. The shark repellent. Well, he wouldn't get killed by Aquaman, would he?
No, exactly. It'd be the perfect defense against Aquaman.
So for those that missed the beginning of the story, the hero's past has gone into the future, which is why we're getting...
Well, it's different dimensions, basically. The heroes from essentially our dimension have gone into an alternative dimension where Superman is now crazy after losing his wife and family, thanks to Joker. And he's basically created a whole dictatorship, essentially. And he's using the other superheroes of the time to basically enforce everyone into pretty much servitude.
Yeah. I mean, on one hand, there's no crime, and, you know, it's...
Yeah.
But on the other hand, no one can do what they want, and it's a regime.
Yep.
It splits.
Nope. It's Trident on Trident action.
I think, is this the one you can, like, throw the, massive glass ball at his face?
Yep. You can also throw the tablet and unleash the water.
Luckily some minions put the tablet back and pull back.
I know, it's nice, isn't it?
We used an attack on you.
Oh, good lord. He's not pulling any punches, this alternate version.
Wow.
He's got better even better reach than I have. And he's not going to let me up, is he?
And this is one of the most frustrating parts of the fighting game, when the enemy is spamming an attack
Yep.
and you can't stop.
Oh, this is going to be a fight from behind. Well, I was going to do that.
David Cabbage says Domino's all about that. Snap, snap, snap.
Let's see if I can feed him to the shark to even up the odds, but... I was hoping that would do more damage, to be honest. Ow. No, he got me. He got me. Oh, I hate fighting Aquaman.
He is one of the hardest.
Yep.
It's because of that range on his little trident. Funny,
I'm just not giving him any option this time. Yep, we are losing to a watery fork.
Not this time, though.
I'm content just to throw my trident at him several times.
This is how you win.
Yeah, he's gonna win this, though. He is way more special than I do.
Oh, he hasn't touched you yet. The AI in this game is really good.
It is. Ah, see?
Like, it's got to be a good balance of challenging, but not impossible.
Goodbye.
Although I do remember doing it on the hardest difficulty for a trophy. That was
Yeah. Strangely enough, I decided to keep it on normal difficulty for this player. It's like, challenge, yes, but not too challenging. I didn't want to have to make you watch the same fights too many times. One is enough. Oh, somebody's at work here.
Purple U says your Aquaman costume is better than his.
This is true.
It was like traditional. Well, it does kind of remind me of the SpongeBob SquarePants ripoff.
Yeah, kind of. Now we got a bit of berries. So this guy feeds on conflict, which makes him stronger. So surely just by me beating the absolute snot out of him, he's actually getting stronger, right?
Yeah, you'd think so. Like, that's generally how it works. It just looks so out of place.
I know.
Purple U said it's Daedra from Skyrim, question mark.
It kind of is, isn't it? It does look very much like the Daedra from...
Yeah, it does actually. It's the same armor, I think. Very good.
Yep. Shark time.
Haha. The ragdoll physics in this are spectacular.
They are.
Take the cabbage. The thing about the shark attack is it does like no damage.
Yeah, I know, right? It should do way more than that. And that's how they contrived the in-game gimmick to let you fight Superman without just being one-punched to death.
That's the biggest problem for superhero franchises. When you've got
Yeah, balancing.
A hero that is just far too powerful.
Yep.
I mean, DC and Justice League, and Teen Titans even are ridiculous.
Oh, they are.
Realistically, why are they all so worried about what Batman thinks? He's just a rich dude. Some fun gadgets.
Funds, gadgets, a lot of martial arts training, and a very high IQ.
Who's richer, Lex Luthor or Bruce Wayne?
Ooh, that's a good question. Wonder if that's even ever been, like, looked into.
Audit them. They both have a mysterious amount of spending on strange technologies.
Yep. I'd hate to be their accountants.
Diana, how is that costume any help in fighting?
None of her costumes are any help in fighting.
Man's a bit of a douche.
Yep. Oh, I get to play as the Joker now in Chapter 4.
Yay! This is a cool level, actually.
Yep.
So, am I right in remembering that, as well as the main storyline, each character has their own sort of mini storylines?
No, it's just the main storyline in this one.
Just the main storyline.
Yeah, the other thing you got was Star Labs, where you had to do, like, specific missions.
Ah, okay, that might be one.
It was kind of like the extra missions in Soul Calibur. You know, where you had to do certain things within a match.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I'm thinking of. I think, can't you do like the main? There's like those 10 missions you can do, and then you get like a cutscene at the end about each character.
I think so. No, to be fair, it's been so long since I've done the other.
I just remember trying to unlock all the different endings. I can't remember how you actually get to that point.
Ow! Okay. There we go. Now we're even. I'll just shoot you in the face and we're even.
Oh, he shot you in the face.
Ow!
I love the random, like, homeless dude just chilling in the background watching. Like, yep, another normal night in Gotham.
Oh, that's a Mortal Kombat reference. That get down here. What's that counter? It's so evil. Oh, he dodged it. That's not good.
Con, I think that's how you say your name, says, hey mate, good to see you, hope you are well.
Hey buddy, thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm not bad, thanks. Hope you're well as well. Oh god, he's just regained a ton of health. Nope, he got me. Just managed to bring that back.
With that crowbar.
Ooh, oh god, what happened?
Says he is good, thanks.
Good, good. Somehow we managed to exit the game, but I think if I just press continue, it'll come.
Tom just accidentally rage quit the game.
Right, let's try getting Batman again. Oh, good lord. Yeah, managed to phase his way through a gunshot. Ow.
Con says, can't stay for long, we'll try to stay longer next time. When is your next stream?
No worries, bud. I think the next one's on... Is it Saturday the 30th?
It'll be in 2 weeks today, but we might be doing an evening stream between.
Oh yes, let's support, yep.
So the next Injustice stream will be Saturday the 31st.
Yep.
But we're thinking on Wednesday the 21st of celebrating Crash's birthday. But we're not sure what game we're going to play yet. So it's going to be
it'll be a Crash game, but which one yet we haven't quite decided.
So evening stream about 8 o'clock, only a shorter stream on that Wednesday, the 31st, and then there'll be a longer stream on Saturday the 31st from 11 PM.
This Batman is just kicking my ass.
I keep forgetting you were the Joker. I was like cheering on Batman a little bit while my bad, I'll change.
The AI is just so good on that counter.
Con says we'll see you soon. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, thank you, bud.
To be fair, I don't think taking on Batman in a physical fight is Joker's usual MO.
No. Got him. Get him with some teeth.
Wow.
What?
Shanking Batman. Purple Eve says, can you use the acid flower?
Yeah, I can work out how to do it. Maybe not this round, because I think I've just beaten him, but... Ooh. Yep, a rocket launcher, well, a bazooka to the face will do that.
Used a pie instead.
Yeah.
Affectionate name. To be fair, they're lucky it was just Joker that went through. Imagine if they brought some of the other villains through.
I know!
Like, I was thinking Scarecrow. Imagine Scarecrow in this world.
Oh, he's in Injustice too. Oh, a remote-controlled Doomsday. Just not your Batman.
So, the indoctrination wouldn't work on him. They had to give him a little remote control collar.
Yep. You can't reform Doomsday.
There's my girl.
Yep.
So says Harley. Yes. So says yes. Step back from Banshee's my fave.
Just trying to work out how to use the flower for some stuff. Nope. Oh, come on, there's going to be one of... There it is! Okay, I figured it out. There we go. Oof.
Purple says thank you. What makes it the most functional relationship?
Yep.
100%. Harley in current comics, which is with Poison Ivy, is the best Harley. Look at the Joker gang socially distancing.
Well, that lasted.
It's not my Sunday best, but it's comfortable and functional. Oh, not tonight, dear.
There's a hero who's not had much coverage recently.
Yep.
Maybe they just want to confuse poor guy.
Can I get a... Is this a... Nope, I don't think this is a destructible wall. Oh god.
There is a convenient pig, however.
This is true.
I think if you get us to the other side, you can slide it into her face.
Yep. Ah! There we go. In combination with the ow, she brought it back to me. Oh, evil Nightwing. Oh, and a quick time event. This one's nice and easy though.
This is Damien, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, Damian Wayne.
The only thing I hate about this game is how they decided that they were going to get rid of Dick Grayson.
I know.
I don't know if they say in the main story.
No, I don't think they do.
So I think it's in the comics, but they obviously had to find a way for Damian Wayne to grow up evil on Superman's side.
Oh, you just got me.
For Dick Grayson to be no longer in the picture, and they basically, but they also didn't. They also wanted it to be like a misunderstanding. So when they were fighting, I can't remember who, but
it was during a
Damian
training thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, during a training. Damian Wayne is obviously Robin in our universe, and in Injustice, they basically had Dick Grayson, Nightwing, trip over a rock above his head and die.
Yeah.
Like that's how they decided to end.
During a training thing, so then Batman blames Damian.
Damian runs and gets his fatherly finger from Superman instead.
Yep. Oh.
However, this costume I do love because it is the Red Hood's take on it.
Yep.
From Battle of the Cowl.
Ooh. I knew you were going to do that. Got him. Just.
Purple says the pig is hilarious.
The pig is a godsend in this match. MVP.
feel like it's against health and safety, though. I mean, it doesn't look very hygienic.
No, true.
It's not a bad-looking game, but when did this come out? I remember
I think it was
playing
a
it on
PS. Wasn't it a PS3 release?
Yeah, I was gonna say I played this on 360, so
Green Arrow is the next chapter.
yay!
I apologise if you can hear the guy with the motorcycle outside.
Atmospheric. Quebec says it was released 2013. Wow,
Yeah, thank you, Quebec.
making me feel old.
Yep.
But yeah, it holds up really well.
Yeah, I mean, this is the PS4 remaster, so it did get
But still,
a bit of a graphical overhaul, but still looks amazing for its...
yeah, it plays quite well too.
Yeah.
Dave the Cabbage says, the biker is back.
Yes, yes he is.
iSightCornwall Superfan is having to check out now, but they've said goodbye.
Oh, thank you for dropping in iSightCornwall van.
Thank you for joining us.
Yep.
Have a good weekend.
Yep. Ooh, Killer Frost. And Solomon Grundy.
That's a cool design.
Yep. I do love the way the Green Arrow just hits people with his bow.
Gotta be done. I wonder what that's made of.
That'll be something very hard.
This is so true. David Cabbage says, shouldn't Wonder Woman go after Grundy? 100%.
It would make more sense, wouldn't it?
Unfortunately, and you'll notice this in a lot of media, especially comic books, for some reason they always have to have women fighting women. They won't let them fight like the big bads.
Well, I sense a quick time event. But where is he? There he is.
But yeah, why would you send the man whose powers is shooting arrows after Grundy?
Well, let's go. This is right.
Goddess.
I will continue. Oh dear.
Hey, that's not dumb. Well done. Oh.
Yeah, it's getting the hits on him though is the difficult bit. Oh god. Guess we're doing this the hard way.
Then he got really close to help you shoot him.
You did. Ooh. You ain't throwing that piano at me. I know what you're planning. See, that's because I wanted to do it to you. I know that's just destructible. Oh god. I was getting the audio cue for the destructible wall there, but he is refusing to go through it.
How dare he?
You know, let's finish him off this way.
Fairly certain Wonder Woman could have broken out of that on her own.
Yeah.
I feel like they what's the word, nerfed her a little bit in this game.
Yeah, just a tad.
Because otherwise, like, although Superman would be a threat, he would be like such a... Kick his butt. I like how your arrows stay in her knees and things.
It is cool. They do stay in for the length of the match. God, she's not putting up much resistance. Oh crap. I walked right into that. I literally walked right into that. Ow. Pride cometh before the fall.
This is a cool special though.
It is very cool.
So cool it's frozen. I will see myself out.
If a friendly carnosaur was here, he'd appreciate that pun. Just stick him in orbit.
PC overheat and I lost access to the chat for a second. But Ulrich is here. He says, hi, all late to the party. So what's going on? Something Marvel
hey,
related.
Ulrich.
And then in brackets says that was a joke, by the way.
We're breaking into Batman's own Batcave to find a weapon that can defeat evil, grief-stricken Superman.
Yep.
Is the short version.
We're in a dark universe where our heroes are kind of evil, except Batman.
Not these ones, though. These ones are the good ones. Any ones that look like the original, what we know the characters to be, are good guys. Anyone with slightly different colour schemes.
When you join the evil side, you get a makeover.
Yep, you get a new costume when you join the regime.
So they know that you've abandoned all morals.
Yep.
How does the hand fingerprint scanner work with Batman's gloves?
I know. Don't question it, it's a superhero thing.
To be fair, he's the kind of person that would, put artificial fingerprints or something on the gloves.
Yeah. Not really.
Probably just as handsome.
I think this is a fight I struggled with when I first played.
Yeah. Well, so far she isn't doing much. Oh, there we go. Okay, look. I know this is a destructible wall. The question is she gonna let me? Nope.
Lured her to your own death.
Ah. No, she does not want to go through it. That's the only downside with this sometimes, is the AI can be so aware that you're trying to knock them through a wall.
Or it says, I beat them up with a linked storyline. Yep.
Yep.
So there's a really good storyline, actually. They even released comics to go with this.
Yep. And it was popular enough to spawn a sequel, which at some point we will do.
So we we were saying, it's one of the only fighting games with a really good storyline.
Yeah. Well, apart from the mainstream Mortal Kombat series.
Yeah, yeah.
9 onwards, that is.
And it actually makes sense why in one level you might be Wonder Woman, and the next level you might be fighting Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I do like. I mean, there may be characters that I'm not very good with, but at least the game gives you control of all the characters throughout the story.
Yeah, definitely.
You're not just forced to play one character for the whole game. And if you missed the first part of this, Ulrich, and you want to go back, it'll be on YouTube at some point.
Yep. So all of the parts of Tales of the Borderlands should now be on YouTube, along with the Sonic special that we did. So this will be up hopefully on Monday.
Yep.
Listen up, Adam. Done. You presume to watch.
There's a lot of electronics in that cave for you to be doing that kind of thing.
Yep. We both had the same idea then, except he went from the top, I went from the bottom.
I love how you're using your bow as a weapon.
Ah, God, he knocked me through a wall. Yeah, as I said at the beginning of this section, it's weird. He does use his bow as an actual, sword, almost.
That would have hurt.
Oh, God. Ow. Oh, he blocked it.
I didn't mean you just moved slightly forward. I didn't mean you could do that.
Oh, I didn't block it. Ow.
Uh-oh.
No, you don't. Oop, Cyborg's up next.
I like Cyborg.
Yeah, so do I. I'm a Titans fan, so
Yeah.
comes with the territory.
100% of Titans. Although not so much the more recent TV show.
No, the older stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
That won't sure lock onto his signature to pull him back. Got it. Vibrating at the right frequency. How we doing? Containment fields up. The levels are spiking.
Flash's biggest uses as a guinea pig, literally.
He literally is.
It's okay, I've got it.
Friendly Carnosaur's hen says if Flash slips at the speed, does he not go right back into that machine?
Pretty much.
Imagine if you had the Flash's speed, but you were as clumsy as Corbeck says, see, exercise destroys worlds.
Yep, this is true.
100%.
Said this place was secure. Must keep it busy. With pleasure.
I get to beat up my favorite character again. Yay. I remember Cyborg's moves.
Friendly Carnosaur says exercise is a world-ending event.
It really is.
Agreed.
Got him. Let's feed him to a massive drill.
The transition screens in this game are brutal. I like how that it leads you into a new area though. It's not like that happens and then you carry on where you were.
There we go. Boot to the face, eventually gone. Booyah.
Friendly Carnosaur says, guess he didn't have a stroke of luck.
There's the puns I love. You missed a good one earlier.
Enjoy how when you run at them, they move along the floor. Leaving their dead body alone.
Yeah. I love the size difference here. Like, Cyborg's a pretty big guy, usually.
Yeah, literally. I love how Lex Luthor was like, I'm going to be Iron Man and Batman at the same time. It's like Pacific Rim style, make him massive.
Time for the cannon.
Bluey. Friendly Carnosaur says Lex Luthor spending half his time on Lex Luthor.
Oh, that's a good one.
That was very good. They've all got these cool beefy armored costumes. There's just Green Arrow there in a vest.
Pretty much.
If I was Batman, I'd make like a sun cream with kryptonite in it.
Yep.
funny when people join like the bad side or whatever. They're like, I'm gonna incorporate red into my aesthetic now.
Yep.
Just so people are aware.
Oh, we walked right into that.
Literally.
Unlikely. Whoa! She used the teleporter. Well, I can do the same thing. Let's send her to meet Darkseid.
The levels on this are way cool.
There they are. And finish off with the running knee. Ooh. Uh-oh.
Oh, it's the little bomb robot.
Ow. Ooh.
David Cabbage says no idea how Selena survived any of that.
No. That's the pill, isn't it? That's the in-game reason for it. You know, that indestructible pill they take and gives them the durability of Superman. That's like the only reason.
At least they come up with some sort of canon of why.
Whew, just got her, indeed.
Well, I'm still turned on. Cyborg to one of them. I found a duplicate of me. Don't mind me. Just hacking your neural network.
Ulrich asked who was in the background fighting. In the
Ah,
How about
I'm unsure. No, I didn't get a good enough look. I was too busy.
Even when I played, I never really understood.
No. Anyone in chat know? No, I don't know if anyone had a good chance to see it.
So says man.
fine by me?
Oh, that hurt. Oh. Oh, damn it. That's not good. He's gonna get health back from that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be very cagey here.
Okay, so the giant people in the
In the background.
in the halls of justice are characters Giganta and Atom, who are not that well-known characters in the DC universe, but play into the halls of justice backstory.
Oh, there we go. Thank you for looking that up, Beth.
Welcome. I don't like not knowing DC things. I have failed.
I was going to say, if you didn't know who they were, I wasn't sure. On the plus side, though, I now get to play as my favourite character.
Yes, and luckily he's got quite a lot of screen time in this game.
Yes.
Friendly Carnus also said, so which cyborg is the good one?
The one that won.
The non-red one.
I love how Deathstroke deals with Flash here. Just put some mines here. People here.
I think it's for like villains and heroes that have had to come up with ways of taking on demigods and things. They're probably the most dangerous.
Yep. Oh.
Quebec says bash those buttons. Friendly Carnosaur says call him Aladdin because he showed you the world.
Oof. You got around.
So we were actually talking about this earlier, but I think I brought it up on stream. We were discussing the new sort of trend of video games, instead of having proper accessibility options, giving you a God mode instead. So I think Hades did it, and there's a few more games coming out that have a God mode. What's your sort of thoughts on that as a visually impaired gamer, Dom?
See, I'm not a fan. The whole point of video games is that it is meant to be challenging. You know, there's no enjoyment if you just overpower everything.
If you can't fail.
Yeah, I mean, in some games it makes sense, like in puzzle games, exactly. You know,
Yeah.
where the challenge is the puzzle, not about you surviving. I suppose that makes sense, but in general, not really a fan. I prefer to have like proper accessibility, like the audio cues, the ability to change the reticules, larger text, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I mean, we've discussed, like, you know, such a small change like an audio cue.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a lot of effort into doing that than it would be to program a God mode into every game.
Yeah. It's almost like they couldn't be bothered to think of all the different accessibility options they would need, and they just said, there you go, now you can't die.
Yeah.
Ulrich says, you don't say that about Warhammer roleplay, Dom. You want to be OP in that.
Yeah, that's because... Well... I wouldn't say I'm OP in that. I'm not a magic user, after all. They're the OP ones in that.
Save me, Bruce Wayne. I need help. Ulrich said it's funny face.
I think we've just about got enough time to probably do Harley's section.
Okay.
And then I think that'll be our 2 hours up. That should also leave us with... Yeah, hopefully it should leave us with enough time to do the next stream, you know, as well, for the story. Yeah. Hey, if we finish a bit early, maybe we can switch to Injustice 2 or something. But yeah, we'll finish off with Harley. Yep.
I mean, as weaknesses go, Diana's is quite a big one.
Yep.
Poor aeroplane.
Ooh, nice.
I hope the people in the DC universe have, like, superhero insurance or something.
I bet. Ooh, nicely done, Frost.
Ulrich's back in there with is Deathstroke a copy of Deadpool, wink wink.
No, Deathstroke was first. Look it up. Marvel copied DC on this one.
Every time someone says a Dom, I can.
I get it constantly.
Quebec says you mean improved, lol.
Uh-huh.
Dave the Cabbage says I see Dom is back with that damn flip attack.
Yes, he is. Ah! Oh, good lord. Okay, alright. Angry there, are we, Wonder Woman?
So says, ha, Wonder Woman got you there.
Yeah, it won't last long. Woohoo!
I like how there's like a little animation or a little pause once you destroy the other character's like shield.
Yeah.
So even without having to look at the bar, you know when you sort of made progress.
Oh, she's got me on this one. Got nothing to wager.
You really don't. She did quite a lot of health there. 33%.
Yeah. Yeah, there it goes.
She tried. Friendly Carnosaur says, love the guy in the background who's just like, look guys, I have to fix this before lunchtime.
Yeah. He's got a bad day ahead of him.
Destroyed it.
If I were that guy, I'd just be like, management, I can't. They've just caused so much damage. Oh. Yeah, no, I thought it was going to be... Sorry, I do apologise. I thought it was going to be Harley's round, but it was another 2 Deathstrokes. So, when I missed who was next.
He's like, better get the broom.
Yeah. You need one hell of a dustpan and brush for that.
Well, this isn't creepy in the slightest.
Oh, I hate these things he's riding. Like, if you attacked me with an army like that, I'd just... No, I'm out.
This one's from Mass Effect 3. No, I would see all those legs and be like, I am out.
Yep.
Planet is yours. Hey. I mean, go Batman.
We see where your loyalties lie.
Come on, Selena, you're not that dumb.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Damn it, Bruce. Do what I can here by coincidence.
To be fair to the writers, it must have been quite difficult to make all of the heroes and villains align to the story.
I know, especially with a
So it's
character
obviously
this long.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I mean, how do you
Carry on. Sorry, finish your thought.
I was just gonna say, how do you make Catwoman turning against Batman, like seriously turn, not just
Yeah, to be fair, if Superman threatened you with join me or die, it would work on a lot of people, I'd imagine.
That's true. Right, we are just gone 1 p.m.
Yep, so we're going to hold it off there, and we'll come back to this on in 2 weeks' time, on Saturday the 30th, is it? Yes, the
31st.
31st, sorry. Saturday the 31st.
So, on Wednesday 21st at 8 o'clock, we're going to try and do a crash stream of some sort.
Yep, it'll be a Crash Bandicoot game of some description. We haven't decided which one yet. If you have any specific requests, as long as it's on PS4, stick them in the comments. We can take suggestions. I've got virtually all of them on PS4.
Yeah.
The ones that came out on PS4. So like the Insane Trilogy, Crash 4, Nitro Kart.
Superstar says that was fun. Thanks, guys. See you on Wednesday. Yay, Crash.
Yep, no worries. Thank you for joining, though, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. It's been really fun. Quebec says, nice with Dom and Beth. Thanks for the last couple hours. And he suggests Crash Team Racing.
Nice.
Well, I love the classic. Friend Incarnator also votes racing. Ulrich says, thanks both. Purple You says Crash Kart.
Oh, I think it's going to be Crash Kart.
Dave the Cabbage says racing.
Yep.
Well, I think that...
Dom gets spared of the test of his platforming skills for at least now. But his racing skills will be tested.
Indeed, indeed.
Right, well, it's looking like it's going to be Crash Team Racing, so expect Crash Team Racing on the, what was it, 21st?
21st, 8 o'clock.
Yep.
If that's alright with you, Dom.
Yeah, that's fine with me. So we look forward to seeing you all then, and again, thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you very much. See you soon, guys.
Yep. Bye!